Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest stories. We are going to begin talking about Barcelona's incredible defensive depth following Bellerin and Alonso double swoop on deadline day. We are going to be looking at that. Then secondly, talking about Miralem Pjanic, it has been reported that the Barca midfielder is in the UAE to finalize a move to Sharjah, confirms on social media. We are also going to be discussing that. So guys, as we get right into it, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona were one of the busiest clubs on the deadline day earlier this month, sanctioning the sale of Aubameyang while bringing in Marcos Alonso and Hector Bellerin. They had no hiccups registering Alonso and Bellerin either, largely thanks to the series of late departures of various star players including Aubameyang, Martin Braithwaite and Samuel Umtiti. The addition of Alonso and Bellerin have only added to Barcelona's insane depth in the defensive unit this year, with Xavi now boasting the services of a series of top quality stars that can significantly improve the overall defensive strength of that team. Indeed, the club have no less than 5 options in the centre-back position, led by none other than Gerard Piqué. The veteran has had a rough year so far, but his experience and leadership remain invaluable on that Barcelona side. New signings Jules Koundé and Andres Christensen are also there, bringing grace to the grade of Ronald Araujo, who is considered the future defensive leader for Barca. In addition, the Catalans have the much improved Eric Garcia, who recently starred in that 3-0 victory over Sevilla. From a tactical perspective, the combination of someone like Araujo and Koundé could work well for Barca in the long run, but the competition from Christensen, Garcia and Piqué could go a long way in helping the first choice options to strive for the best. As for the fullback slot, the addition of Bellerin has given Xavi some much needed experience in that right back unit. The former Arsenal star has featured in almost 250 competitive matches for Arsenal and is more than familiar with the Barca style of play. Bellerin is expected to serve as the main right back for Barca in the new season, but the club also have the option of Sergio Roberto, who has a wealth of experience as well. Even Koundé and Araujo have both played in that position in the past and are more than capable of serving as backup options, especially in the midst of an injury crisis. Meanwhile, the left-back unit has excellent depth as well, especially after the capture of Marcos Alonso. The former Chelsea star is set to provide fierce competition for Jordi Alba and Alejandro Balde. Balde has enjoyed a rapid rise to prominence and could become the future first-choice starter for that team. His ascension comes at a time when Alba has found it so difficult to find form, while Alonso is fairly new to the league after spending 6 years at Stamford Bridge. So whether or not Alonso's arrival will impact Balde's game time or recent growth is hard to tell, but Xavi certainly has enough security in both the fullback departments now, which is indeed a boon for the Barcelona manager in his quest to compete for the league title. However, the presence of so many first-team options may also pose a real challenge for Xavi, especially when it comes to shuffling his pack and keeping his players content throughout the course of the campaign. Whether or not he can cope with that challenge remains to be seen. Interesting to see the depth that Barca have, is incredible. So what really matters is how Xavi can manage these players. Let's look at the likes of Pep Guardiola and Man City. Over the years, City have been having some incredible talents on the bench, and none of those players, you hardly seen any of them complain. All of them have their fair share. Talking about squad rotation, former Barca boss Pep Guardiola is a master of that, and I just hope that Xavi can, replicate that kind of method when it comes to management, because not all coaches in this Xavi's position can do what he have done, and not all coaches can manage talents like this, because some players must end up saying that I'm not happy being on the bench throughout because the coach have his own favorite people to play all the time. So if Xavi can really manage this squad, I think it will be something so nice to see, something so great to watch, and let's see how it goes. The season just started, so yeah, there are some players that personally I really want Xavi to rotate them but so far Xavi have not. But I just want to say there's still time left in this season. The season just kick-started, so of course we know there's going to be fatigue since the World Cup in Qatar is soon approaching and things like that. So it is but natural for players to be rotated, but there are some coaches that they don't care. I hope Xavi is not that kind of a manager. Try to rotate the team, get the best out of the team, because the squad is so good right now. Honestly, one of the best transfer, if not the best transfer window we have had for a long time. And for every right we have to compete for all the trophies that we play. We have every right to compete. We have to be feared by our opponents because we have a good team. So let's see how things will look like. The game against Victoria Pleasant later tonight will be so interesting to see how Xavi shuffles the pack. But what we all are certain of is the fact that there will be rotations for that game. Xavi needs to rotate, not playing the same 11 all throughout. So interesting to see how this is going to look like. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Miralem Pjanic has been in the news lately in the Barcelona camp. Even after the window came to an end, the midfielder has been linked with a move away from Camp Nou, with Sharjah FC among the clubs interested in his services. Recent reports indicate Pjanic has been tempted by the opportunity to join Sharjah, who currently ply their trade in the UAE Pro League and is managed by former Steaua Bucharesti head coach Cosmin Aroli. While Fabrizio Romano claims the deal could soon be completed, Miralem Pjanic himself has now put a story on Instagram where it appears he is moving to Sharjah ahead of a potential medical with the club. Pjanic, who is yet to feature in a single minute for the new season, has clearly fallen behind the pecking order. As such, his potential exit from Camp Nou will not come as a surprise, although it would devoid Barca of an excellent alternative for that number 6 in Busquets. Pjanic's experience and tactical nose could be a big loss as well, especially for coach Xavi Hernandez. The Spanish tactician has grown very fond of the former AS Roma starlet due to his understanding of the game and the ability to settle in effortlessly in any system. But with him currently on the verge of joining Sharjah, Barcelona look all set to further cut down on the costs of the operation. It could go a long way in helping them target new players in the January transfer window. So we all saw this coming. Pjanic expected to leave Barcelona imminently and going to Sharjah FC in the UAE. Of course, it is a move that is important for him to do, honestly speaking, because I never saw Xavi really giving him enough game time that he wished to have. So Xavi himself spoke to the press conference ahead of the Champions League opener today that, he loves Pjanic a lot. He's professional, and if he wants to get more minutes, then he's okay with it. It's his decision, and he has made it. We can see how Xavi confirmed the fact that Pjanic will be leaving Barcelona. The transfer window is still open in several countries, but not the top 5 leagues. The top 5 leagues transfer window ended the same day, the 1st of September. So Pjanic will be leaving the Barcelona. We know the depth that we have in midfield. Pjanic knew very well that, forcing his way to that squad or to the starting 11 would be so difficult. So it's no surprise to see that the player is leaving the club. He even posted on Instagram how he's in the plane going to Saudi Arabia, to the UAE to finalize that move. So he went to do his medicals. So everything is expected to be completed maybe today. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.